I was reborn, right on the day Jack came to propose. My sister kissed Jack right in front of me and announced, "Jack loves me and wants to marry me." I suddenly laughed. What she didn't know was that Jack was a creep. He had killed several girls and made them into dolls. Everyone in River City knew that the Smith family raised 2 beautiful daughters to marry them into wealthy families someday. My sister Lisa and I had arranged marriages from a young age. She was set to marry into the Lucas family, and I was supposed to marry Jack. In the last life, Lucas, the son of the Lucas family, became a vegetable after a car accident and was bedridden for life. Just 3 months after Lisa married him, the Lucas family went broke, and she ended up homeless. The Smith family had a strict rule. If a daughter married out and didn't bring benefits back, she was on her own. Lisa approached me, desperate. She asked me to help her become Jack's mistress. "Sister, we grew up together, sharing everything. It's just a man. Can't you let me have him?" I refused. I cared about her and didn't want to push her into Jack's hell. But she framed me, accusing me of killing Lucas, and I ended up starving in prison in my last life. When I woke up again, everything felt nostalgic. Jack had filled our living room with gifts, looking all proper with a fake sincere gaze hiding his true evil. Lisa wore a red slip dress, all flirty and done up, taking Jack's arm and kissing him right in front of me. "Jack, marry me. I'm way more fun than my sister." This thrilled Jack. He loved tormenting fun people until they became boring. Last life, because I was like a zombie, he filled me with all sorts of drugs. Thinking back on it still gives me chills. Nervously, I watched Jack, waiting for his reaction. He smiled and wrapped an arm around Lisa's waist, replying, "All right, we'll marry in a week." Lisa approached me with an innocent look. "Sister, you're not mad, right?" This was such good news that I could hardly suppress a smile. Why would rebirth lead Lisa to willingly marry Jack? I pinched my leg to confirm it was real, then wished, "Congratulations. May you stay locked together." Their dirty deeds deserved each other. Lisa didn't expect my response and thought I was heartbroken. She reminded me, "Sister, you'll have to marry into the Lucas family then." I steeled myself. Marrying a vegetable was better than a psychopath. This life, I'd live as a rich widow watching Lisa fall into a deeper trap. My parents didn't care. Both daughters were getting married, after all, at the same time. Lisa was busy trying on wedding dresses and choosing post-marriage things. I told her, "Jack likes excitement. Wear more on the wedding night. Getting stripped layer by layer is thrilling for him." She glared at me harshly and warned, "Stop trying to steal Jack." See, wise words fall on deaf ears. I told her to dress well to avoid dying on the wedding night at Jack's hands. Closer to the wedding, Jack's family's arrangements for marrying Lisa grew grander than my previous life. Over 100 luxury cars were in the procession. Red carpet stretched from our home to the hotel, keeping Lisa's feet clean from dust. Even her hand was adorned with 3 rings, bigger than the last, and her necklace was a painstakingly crafted pink diamond. Lisa regularly flaunted in front of me, posting on social media declaring to the world, "Sister, I am so sorry. I don't know why Jack chose me over you. It's my fault. Sister, if you truly want Jack, I'll tell him to break the engagement. Please don't hate me. Sister, I heard the Lucas family's bride price was cheap. My mistake." Watching Lisa's dramatic victim play, I couldn't help but laugh. Enjoy your happiness now, for the taller you climb, the harder you'll fall. The Lucas family sent people over, seemingly questioning my parents about the sudden bride switch. Clearly, they were furious, but no one dared oppose Jack's family in the social circle. They had to yield. When Mr. and Mrs. Lucas met me, there was a hint of pity in their eyes. "Jane, do you really wish to marry our son Lucas?" I nodded, "I do. A modern woman's joy, getting a promotion, a pay raise, or a dead husband. A vegetable isn't much different than dead, and I'd live comfortably." Mrs. Lucas's eyes reddened. She handed me a jade bracelet from her bag. "Hold on to this. I accept you as my daughter-in-law." I never saw a bracelet like this last life, but it looked expensive. "Thank you." In the days that followed, my parents ignored me. I didn't feel an attachment to them anyway. The night before the wedding, Mom summoned Lisa and me into the Smith family's secret room. Growing up, we learned there how to be proper women and wives. I remembered last life, how Mom trained me harshly to serve Jack. I'd gone 3 days without food, surviving on raw leaves, avoiding meat that made my scent unpleasant. I even had to practice flexibility. Back then, Lisa still held a grudge against me. She secretly put some dust in my wedding dress, which caused me to break out in a rash from an allergy. On the first night of my honeymoon, Jack noticed the red spots on my skin and almost lost it. This time around, My mom ignored me and turned her attention to Lisa. Her eyes were filled with hope as she said, "Lisa, I always believed in you since you were a kid. Make sure you learn well these next few days." Even when Lisa was about to faint from hunger, she kept giving me this challenging look. "Sister, are you jealous of me?" Damn right, I was. I was so jealous I could die happy. I was getting married tomorrow, so I got a good night's rest. The next day, both Jack's and Luca's families came to pick me up. Jack's side was showing off their wealth, and Lisa was feeling pretty smug. On my side, things were more low-key. The Lucas family valued manners and treated me warmly. After everything wrapped up and we left the hotel, I saw Lisa fall into Jack's arms. I couldn't wait to see how Jack would turn her into his little doll. Lisa's descent into her own personal hell was just 12 hours away. The Lucas family took me back, and his mom explained that her son was still unconscious and needed someone to help wash him daily. I nodded, agreeing to help. Her eyes were filled with pity, knowing full well my marriage into the Lucas family was for appearances. Lucas and I shared the master bedroom on the 3rd floor. When I opened the door, I thought it'd be dark inside, but it was already decorated like a bridal room, complete with Lucas dressed in a suit on the bed. The Lucas family was considerate. I walked over to the bed. In my past life, I never had any contact with Lucas. Up close, I realized Lucas was stunning. Sharp jawline, expressive eyes, prominent nose, no comparison to Jack. I couldn't believe Lisa passed on such a good man for someone so twisted. Following his mom's instructions, I grabbed a towel, wet it with warm water, and planned to give Lucas a full wipe down. Before I started, I remembered I had to undress him. I got his shirt off and, although he was comatose, his chest and healthy skin were quite alluring, especially the area below the abs. My face turned beet red. Hesitantly, I put my hand on his waist to help remove his pants. "Lucas, I'm not trying to take advantage, just giving you a wash." In the silence of the room, the sound of his belt unbuckling was loud. Little by little, I took his pants off, completely flustered. He was impressive in more ways than one. It's a shame Lucas was unconscious. In my previous life, Lisa wouldn't have let such a catch go. I grabbed a wet towel to get started when suddenly a hand grabbed mine. "Who is it?" Startled, I turned to see deep, dark eyes and a handsome face. Lucas. Was he awake? This was like something out of a TV drama. Lucas chuckled softly while I stood dumbstruck, pulling me closer to whisper, "My bride is so beautiful." And just like that, I was lost in his embrace. When morning came, I felt like I'd been thrown around. Who knew a comatose man could be so strong? Lucas was nowhere to be found, but today was the day to visit my family. In the living room, Lucas was catching up with his parents, and all I could think about was getting home fast. I had to see what happened to Lisa and Jack. His mom held my hand, thanking me for waking up her son, and calling me a wonderful daughter-in-law. "Hope you can give us a grandchild soon," she added. I nodded absent-mindedly, my heart racing, focused on Lisa and Jack's fate. The ride felt endless, but Lucas kept watching me. Was something off with me? Once home, I bolted inside, spotting Jack's car at the curb. Something was off. Could Lisa really be in trouble after just one night with Jack? "Jane, slow down," Lucas called after me, but I couldn't. I rushed inside and heard sobbing from my mom's room. It was Lisa, crying her heart out. She wasn't dead after all. Tough girl. Standing outside, I listened to Lisa complain over and over again. "Mom, you gotta help me. If you don't, I might not make it through tomorrow." There was a caring tone in my mom's voice, one I never heard for myself. "Lisa, what's going on? Just tell me." Lisa choked up as she recounted Jack's torment from the previous night, taking her to the brink repeatedly. "He wants to keep me in a tank and use my skin for a Barbie doll when it's ready. Mom, save me. Look at my skin. Jack whipped me 99 times with a salted whip and won't give me medicine. He plans to scrape the scars off after they heal. Mom, I'm truly scared. Jack is a complete freak, saying he'd pass me to other men while he watched." These words, these accusations, they were beyond anything my mom could believe. 3. "Lisa, are you serious?" "Yeah, Jack's really that twisted." Lisa's voice was almost breaking from crying. "Seriously, Mom, let's just switch me back with my sister. She was supposed to marry Jack in the first place anyway. If she takes my place, I can survive." That burden was meant for her from the start. I stood outside the door, smirking. Lisa was really good at playing the victim game. Wasn't this marriage something she fought hard for, using every trick she could think of? I pushed open the door, coldly watching as Mom and Lisa talked about sending me back to Jack's house. I'm not going. Everyone knows it was you who were supposed to marry Jack, not me. Lisa stared at me, eyes filled with malice. Why not? We're just setting things right. Never forget, in this house, Mom and Dad always loved me the most. True. Almost forgotten that. Which is exactly why I can't let this go. I fought too hard to be here again. Lisa, enjoy your lavish life. I'll be sure to send offerings for you once you're gone. The moment I said that, Mom slapped me hard across the face. It stung. Jane, Lisa is your sister. How can you say such cruel things? How can you stand by and watch your sister head towards her death? I'll talk to your dad about switching you two back. Switch us back. Just as I was about to refuse, a calming voice pierced the tense air, sending a shiver down my spine. Who's trying to replace my wife? I turned around to see Lucas walking gracefully towards me. He stopped at my side and took my hand. Lisa stood there, looking dumbstruck, unable to believe Lucas was no longer comatose. Are you, Lucas? Lisa's face turned pale then flushed red. I could bet she regretted deep down inside. She whined again, Mom, Lucas was supposed to be my husband. My sister stole him from me. See, some people have no shame. Lucas put his arm around my shoulder and his voice was icy. I, Lucas, recognize only Jane as my wife. If you try any tricks to change that, my family will make you pay, no matter what it takes. Mom was in a panic immediately. No one would dare go against the Lucases. Lisa, just hold on. Maybe Jack will fall for you eventually. Lisa collapsed onto the couch, looking soulless, before finally gazing at me. Sister, don't get too smug. I need to talk to you. I reassured Lucas, letting him know I'd be back soon. He still looked uneasy, but waited in the living room. Upstairs, alone with Lisa, she immediately turned hostile. Sister, do you really think marrying Lucas means you'll be safe forever? In a month, the Lucas family will get caught up in smuggling, and Lucas will end up in jail. And you'll be dragged down with him. I can't wait to see if life treats you any better than it does me. I stared at Lisa, stunned. I hadn't expected her to know so much. I blurted out, you came back to life too. Lisa didn't seem to expect my question either, and she looked as shocked as I was. You, back from the dead too. No wonder Lisa went after Jack this time. I remember exactly how I died in my last life. I glared at Lisa with mockery. This time, you're just reaping what you've sown. Happy now? You got the man you couldn't in your last life, didn't you? Lisa tried to slap me, but I caught her arm. Did you think I'm still the same Jane from before? Lisa, you're destined to be Jack's perfect little puppet. Collapsing onto the floor, she yelled at my back. I won't let this go, Jane. I'll drag you down with me, and you'll share my suffering. I ignored Lisa. I only came back to the Smith house to see how things turned out for her. Now that I know, I'll never step foot in the Smith house again. Lucas was waiting for me, and when he saw me coming down, his eyes filled with concern. He grabbed my hand. Jane, you okay? I shook my head. I'm fine. But inside, I was anxious. Lisa wasn't wrong. In a month, the Lucas family would land in jail for smuggling, and I didn't know how to save him. Lucas, I called his name softly, and he noticed my worry. What's going on? I wasn't sure about the inner workings of Lucas's family, but Lisa seemed to know something. To change the course for Lucas's family, I'd need Lisa's information. Back at Lucas's home, his parents treated me like their daughter. It was a new sense of family I never felt with the Smiths. How could such a good family make such a big mistake? I didn't believe it. Because Lucas was still recovering, he spent most of his time between the hospital and home. Otherwise, he was always with me. I had a feeling Lucas had secrets. The way he looked at me, like he'd known me from long ago. Every time I tried to pull away, he just held me tighter. Lucas kissed my forehead and shared something with me. Jane, some issues have come up with the Lucas company. I need to handle it. I might be away for a while. You need to take care of yourself. Fear surged up inside me as the month end approached. I clung to Lucas's arm, my eyes welling up. Lucas, don't go. Lucas looked surprised. What's wrong, Jane? It's just a business trip, not something dangerous. Are you really that worried about me? Lucas tried to ease my fears, but it only made me more anxious. I wanted to tell him, you'll die if you go. You can't go. But I couldn't stop him. Lucas still went, and then Lisa came to me. On the phone, Lisa threatened me with Lucas. Sis, aren't you worried about Lucas? I can help you if you help me. I chuckled coldly. Why should I trust you? Lisa got a bit anxious. If you don't believe me, Lucas will die. I was going to figure out a way to save Lucas. No need for Lisa. And was about to hang up when she sent me a video on chat. I clicked to open it. The video showed Lucas getting surrounded. It was only a few seconds long, but enough to shock me. "Lisa, where did you get this video from? Where is Lucas? Where is he?" Then Lisa laid out her terms. "If you want to know where Lucas is, I need to see you at Jack's place tonight." I closed my eyes. Memories of Jack torturing me in my past life flooded in. Him peeling a young girl's skin in front of me. Even thinking about it now sends chills down my spine. But, Lucas, I gritted my teeth and agreed. From the moment I was reborn, I swore I'd put Jack, this monster, behind bars myself. "Fine, I'll be there tonight." Lisa put down the phone, satisfied. For days, I tried reaching out to Lucas, but nothing came back. It felt like throwing messages into a black hole. I am not gonna lose this happiness I fought so hard to get. I put on a black outfit, long sleeves and pants that covered almost everything. That night, I went to Jack's place. I knew the way too well. Lisa was already waiting at the gate, looking skinny and pale, but trying to keep a smug smile. Those snake-like eyes of hers fixed on me, like she was waiting to see how much worse off I'd be compared to her. I glanced at Jack's door. I went crazy trying to escape this place before. Never thought I'd end up back here. Lisa came up to me. "Sis, I thought you might chicken out. Come on, I told Jack you coming to play with me tonight." A shiver went down my spine. That was Jack's favorite thing, locking prey together and watching them tear each other apart, only to finish off the survivor himself. I rolled my eyes at Lisa, not wanting to waste words with her. "Let's go." Lisa led the way, the night wind tugging at her skirt. Her ankles were bruised underneath. I looked up at the sky. Winter's almost over, almost New Year's. Can Lucas make it back this New Year? Jack's house had a basement, his twisted little paradise. We went in, the air still thick with that familiar metallic tang. Opening the door, there was Jack, sitting at his usual spot, fiddling with a small butterfly knife. The blade shimmered in the light. The last time, he used that knife to slice my wrist, calmly watching me bleed out, and cheerfully asking, "Do you like it? Jane, didn't you know your blood tastes divine?" Jack looked up, his eyes landing on me. "Lisa, you're here." He got up, speaking to Lisa, but moving towards me, tracing my hand with his fingers, taking me back to that damn nightmare. "Lisa tells me you reborn. So, you were my wife in the last life too, huh?" I glared at Lisa. Couldn't believe she told Jack that on purpose. Jack's got this insane possessive streak. Anything he wants, he gets. And he never let someone else have it. "Well, if you were my wife, let's play a fun game today," Jack said. I jerked my hand away. "No, I am not your wife. You only live once, so where's this past life coming from?" Jack's eyes bore into me, full of possessiveness. I knew he thought he owned me. "Whether you are or aren't, you came here today, and that waste Lucas isn't about to save you." Jack shoved both Lisa and me into a massive glass tank filled with water that came up past our noses. The only way for the water to lower was to drink it down, but as soon as it went down a bit, Jack would add more. He was going to drown me on purpose. Lisa seemed used to it, numb even. Looking over at me, she whispered just enough for me to hear. "Sis, I killed you once before. I could do it again, and even worse this time." I ignored her. In my heart, I hoped Jack would push it further and give me something real. Before I stepped into Jack's house, I set up cameras and audio. If I could get this out there, stir things up, even Jack's family couldn't cover for him. I needed proof of his crimes. Jack filled the tank, his eyes on me with a sick hunger. "Jane, your skin's even softer and whiter than Lisa's. Hard not to fall in love." I was scared. I wanted Lucas more than anything at that moment. Thinking of Lucas made me less scared. Jack snapped his fingers. Some of his guys came in with a few girls who looked out of it, their faces twisted and ugly. I couldn't figure out what Jack was planning. In the past life, nothing like this ever happened. There were 3 girls in total, each with a tag on their chest. The names on the tags were given by Jack. Alice, Barbie, Fantasyland. Just hearing them, you could tell how twisted Jack was. Jack first went up to Alice, deliberately holding her hand, and said to me, "It's a crime for girls to be ugly, Jane. Watch closely and see how I make her beautiful." Even calling Jack heartless didn't do him justice. I looked at him gripping Alice's hand and asked, "What are you going to do?" It was Lisa who answered my question, grinning at me. "Don't you know, sister, these girls were picked by Jack from a mental institution. They don't have families, no names, nobody checks on them. Even if they died, no one would notice. Mental patients, you know, if they die, they just die." Lisa spoke as if life was cheap, like describing a stray cat or dog. Because she answered me, Jack punished Lisa. "Lisa, you being naughty. So, let's release some water. So, I watched Lisa being trapped in a fiberglass case, gulping water and choking, pleading for mercy. I was wrong, Jack, I was wrong. Please, forgive me, I won't do it again. Lisa underestimated Jack's craziness. Right in front of me, he gave Alice some pills and slit her wrists, draining her blood like he had with me in a past life. This sight pushed me to the edge, and I yelled at Jack, "You monster, let these girls go. How many more do you have to murder before you're satisfied?" Jack looked extremely satisfied, almost pleased by my insults. "Jane, you curse so well. Keep going." I couldn't communicate with Jack anymore. On the first day, Alice died before my eyes, and Jack peeled her skin, turning it into a Barbie doll's surface. He even asked me to pick a dress for the doll. What? Not choosing? Don't you like it? It must be Alice dirtying your sight. Who's next then? Let's go with Barbie. Among the 3 girls from yesterday, I grabbed Jack's hand, terrified. "No, don't hurt innocent people anymore." Jack shrugged, not bothered at all. "Cruel, am I? How are they innocent? Were they innocent when they became mentally ill and caused harm?" "Jane, I am just doing the world a favor." I couldn't stop it, and Jack once again killed Barbie in front of me, using the same cruel method. I was locked in a small dark room for a week, with Jack refusing to let me have any food. Yet, he had Lisa bring me news about the Lucas family daily. "Sister, did you see today's news? The Lucas family is gone." Gone. I collapsed on the ground, too weak to fight with Lisa, just grabbing her skirt pleadingly. "Lisa, don't you want to survive? Let's work together. I can save you." Lisa shook my hand off, towering over me, her heels digging into my hand. "Ha, now you want to work with me? It's too late, sister. Where were you when I asked for your help before?" Jack said, "As long as I help him, I can live a good life. Sister, in this life, I made the right choice. You should just be ready to die along with the Lucas family." I fainted from hunger and only woke up 3 days later. At that point, Lisa brought me another piece of news. "Lucas is dead." With just those 4 words, tears streamed uncontrollably down my face. I refused to believe Lucas was dead. "Impossible." Lisa sneered. "I knew you wouldn't believe it, so here, see for yourself." Lisa opened her phone, showing a video. In the video, there was Lucas, facing away before being pushed into the sea. The video ended there. Lisa squatted down, tapping my face. "Sister, what good is being reborn? This life, you still won't find happiness. Everything you want is gone, and you'll die by my hand." I heard Lucas' body was so badly eaten by fish when they fished it out. Ha ha ha. Lisa seemed very satisfied with the pain she saw me in, and before leaving, she reminded me, "By the way, sister, Jack said he's turning you into a Barbie doll tomorrow and placing it by my bed at night to keep me company. If I truly became a doll, I'd make sure neither Jack nor Lisa could find peace." When I saw Jack again, I was already tied to a wooden stake in his basement. The stake still had traces of dried blood. This time it was Lisa holding a butterfly knife, playing with it in front of me. She appreciated the pitiful state I was in. "Sister, if it hurts, remember to scream." Without hesitation, Lisa raised the knife and inflicted a deep cut on my arm, causing bright red blood to gush out. I was so numb with pain. I felt like a fish on a chopping board, at their mercy. Jack seemed discontent and slapped Lisa. "Have I not taught you to stir her emotions a little before peeling her skin?" I was lying on the ground, trembling, watching Jack walk towards me. "What do you want to do?" Jack let out a chuckle and blew smoke in my face. It smelled awful, and I kept coughing from the smoke. Cough, cough, cough. Jack gently touched my face. "The Lucas couple is in jail. Do you know how they ended up there?" "It was you. You reported them." "Reported? I didn't." Jack saw the confusion in my eyes and patiently explained, "Of course. I reported them in your name." You should have seen the disappointment on their faces. It was something else. My eyes filled with anger again. I grabbed the small knife from the ground and stabbed towards Jack. "I'll kill you. I'll kill you." I managed to wound Jack's leg. He winced, grabbed my hair, and dragged me to another spot. "Skin her." This time, they suspended me mid-air, unable to move. Maybe my blood blurred my vision, but I couldn't see clearly. I just saw Jack approaching with scissors. Such nice skin, where should I start? I closed my eyes, planning to haunt them as a ghost. Just then, I thought I heard Lucas's voice. "Jane, Jack, you've been surrounded. Stop what you're doing." I snapped my eyes open and saw Lucas, looking worn out and injured, walking towards me with a bunch of cops. Jane. The ropes suspending me were cut, and Lucas embraced me tightly. It felt like a dream before dying. How could it be real? Lucas was supposed to be dead. Lucas held me close, apologizing over and over. "I'm sorry, Jane. I came back too late." I touched Lucas's face. It was so real, warm against my palm, tears falling again. You're not dead. No, I'm not dead. I had so much I wanted to say to him, but I passed out again. When I woke up, it was 3 days later. I opened my eyes to a white room. The smell of antiseptic was strong. I was in a hospital. The empty room made me anxious, so I got up, tugging on the 4-needle. Lucas, Lucas. I feared it was a dream before I fainted, but when I saw him rush in, I knew it was real. It was true. Lucas wasn't dead. Lucas looked worried, striding over with a concerned tone. Jane, I'm here. Does it still hurt? I clung to Lucas for a while, scared everything was fake. Once I calmed down, Lucas explained what happened. Turns out, Lucas's business trip a month ago was fake. He was collecting evidence of Jack's family's crimes, because he discovered wrongdoing in the company after taking over. To protect his family and the company, he investigated secretly. The video of his supposed death was a trick, making Jack believe he was really gone. Lucas didn't expect Jack would actually harm me, reporting his parents in my name. Fortunately, Lucas explained everything to them. Things wouldn't have turned out so smooth if Lucas hadn't gotten evidence on Jack committing murder. Those videos couldn't be faked. Lucas gently ruffled my hair. Jane, you're brave, but next time, be a little selfish. I am scared of losing you. I never expected this. Looking back, Lucas didn't wake up in a past life, leading to his family's downfall. Luckily, no tragedy this time. I rested in his arms, looking into his gentle eyes, pondering a question I always wanted to ask. Lucas, why do you like me? Lucas just smiled, lightly kissed my lips, and spoke in vague words. Jane, I loved you for a long time. Luckily, I finally got you. Whatever secrets Lucas might have. In any case, Jack was gone. His family vanished from the scene. As for Lisa, she turned into a madwoman after being Jack's pawn, all because of drugs he used to control her. She was sent to a mental institution, living miserably until her death. My parents were gone from the scene as well. I don't know where they went, but it had nothing to do with me anymore. Around New Year, Lucas planned a surprise and even designed a fireworks show. On New Year's Eve, Lucas took me to the rooftop. Jane, look, fireworks just for you. Lights lit up every corner, fireworks bursting. It was happiness just for me. Lucas, I am pregnant. Lucas was so thrilled, spinning me around, but careful not to hurt me or the baby. Thank you, Jane, for giving me the chance to love you. Bonus scene. Lucas has a secret. I'm Lucas, and I've been reborn too. I met Jane when I was really young. I fell into the water, and she was just a tiny little thing, yet she saved me. After being saved, I wanted to find her, but there was no trace of her. All I knew was she was the daughter of the Smith family. I had my parents arrange a marriage with the Smiths, but it was Lisa I ended up marrying. Then, I got into a car accident. Maybe it was fate that I couldn't be with her in this life, but I watched her misfortune unfold right before my eyes. I never thought I would get a second chance at life too. This time, I won't let Jane's tragedy happen again. Jane, wait for me.